Hello, all of you beautiful low-carb keto eaters. Today I'm making low-carb keto eggplant parm. So first thing I'm going to do is cut up my eggplant and put a little olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and put it in a preheated 400-degree oven so we can get our eggplant nice and brown. And I just got two kind of normal size ones here, and I'm going to use a serrated knife because I find that works the best. Cut off the ends, and then I'll cut them pretty thin, like this thin.
I try to cut them the same because then when they cook, they'll cook the same, but I'm human, so they're never all the same. And I just eyeball it with how many to make and judge accordingly with my pan once I get it all done. So after these are cooked, we'll start to make our sauce.
They're like baking sheets. I just lined them with parchment paper. And I'll lay them out. Here's my second one. They're kind of smaller here and bigger here. And they're all sliced up and put on the baking sheets. And I'm going to put avocado oil instead of regular salt, onion salt from Trader Joe's. Red chili pepper. Garlic powder. And 21 seasoning salute. I love this stuff from Trader Joe's. I put it on everything. Avocado oil. I use a lot of avocado oil. Buy the big gallons and then I transfer them into my bottles. This is such a beautiful bottle. There's a rosé wine that I like, so I just save the bottles. I even will put like bath salts in here and give them to people as gifts, but they're just beautiful bottles. Now for the seasoning, just a bit of crushed red pepper. I have my other platter over here, you can't see it. And a bit of 21 seasoning salute. Now for the onion salt. And last but not least, the garlic powder. Put these into a preheated 400-degree oven, probably for 10-15 minutes. We'll see what happens. Hot. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go and cook up my ground turkey for my filling. First, I'll cut my onion. I usually have gloves on, but I'm out of gloves, so I get my hands all sticky, which I don't like. And I have my garlic from Trader Joe's. So you just pop these cubes out, and each cube is one garlic clove. And it's really nice because then you don't have to deal with cutting the garlic up. Use ground beef, ground pork. So rather than pour more avocado oil in here to cook my onions and my meat, I am going to put some oil that I have here from the food that I've been cooking lately. Whatever it may be, say I cooked a chicken and at the bottom there's all this grease in the pan. I'll strain the chicken out and keep the grease and put it in a little Tupperware like this. Make bacon, I put the grease in here. If I make hamburgers, I put the grease in here. And that grease has so much flavor. It's gonna flavor our onions and our ground turkey, and it's cheaper and it's good for the environment, so I'm not wasting things. So I'll put a good amount of this in here. Turn it on high. Take my onions and put those in there. And then go on top of those with the ground turkey. I'm not going to put my garlic in until this cooks down a bit because you don't want the garlic to burn. So I'll just try to smush these onions into the meat like my mom would do. Put a little more grease in here because turkey is so lean all the time. And I'm going to go right in with my seasoning. I'll pretty much use the same seasonings, but I'm going to add oregano. I love to cook with oregano. Of course, from Trader Joe's, dried oregano. I like to put my spices in here to get them cooked, and it just brings out the flavor more than if you put them on top. I like to put them on the bottom. Like right now, I can really smell the oregano. Now I'm checking if there's enough grease in the pan for this dry ass turkey. Maybe just a little more grease. That's what I love about keto. You don't have to count calories or fat. Fat is so good for you. Fat does not make you fat. Carbs make you fat. Crushed red pepper. Pretty liberal with that. Garlic powder, don't need much because I'm putting fresh garlic in. A little bit for good luck. Onion salt. And the 21 seasoning salute. Starting to smell my eggplant. That's how I cook. I cook by smell. I don't usually do a lot of timers. So let me just get all this in here and let's check on it. That one is way up top and one is way on the bottom. I don't know why. I must have been broiling something. So I'm just going to switch them around. Back to my turkey. This turkey will not take long. I'll put some ground pepper in there too.
Give it a little taste because of salt and pepper.
Now for my garlic. You want to keep it in the freezer before you use it, which I didn't do, so it's all soft. So it won't pop out like it usually does. Dang it. And I put 4 of those cubes, and that means like 4 garlic cloves. So I popped my 4 garlic cloves in here, stirred it around, and for my tomatoes, they are the San Marzano organic ones from Italy, lowest carbs that I've found in organic. I'll drain a lot of the juice out in here. You never want to get them in puree because that'll have a lot more carbs. Spend a lot of time and energy mushing them up. So I just grab my inversion blender and I grind them up that way. Now I'll pour in my tomatoes. Once it gets all stirred in there, I'll give it another taste for salt and pepper. I'm going to check on my eggplant again. I'll put the lid on my sauce because it's bubbling away. You don't want them overdone because then they just get mushy, but you want them really pretty soft. So these still need another 5 minutes. Sauce is boiling. I think I'll add some fresh basil to this. Of course, organic basil from Trader Joe's. I swear I should get an affiliate with them. And I'm just gonna throw a whole thing like this in there, and then I'll take it out. And it will infuse it, but yet I won't have to cut it up and deal with it. But it'll definitely get that basil taste in there. And I'll turn that down, and we will go over and make our ricotta cheese mix. Ricotta cheese needs to be mixed up with an egg and with the basil. So into the bowl goes the whole thing of whole milk ricotta cheese from Trader Joe's. If I'd gotten it somewhere else, I would have gotten organic, but they don't have organic there for some. And then the egg, 1 egg. Pepper. The basil, organic basil from Trader Joe's. 3 of these. Favorite things, it's by Nigella Lawson. First thing I'll do is cut off the stems with it. My turkey is down to simmer, so all of the flavors from the tomato are getting in there. And my eggplant are ready to go. Be chopped. And this mandolin just scoops it up, puts it in there. You could also use parsley if you don't have basil. Then I'll just mix it all in there. I'm spraying it with, go figure, Trader Joe's olive oil spray, just so nothing sticks to it. And then we get to assemble. And I put the tin onto a more sturdy platter. Here's my sad bit of shredded cheese. It's all I have. I should have a whole plate full. And my slices of Swiss. That's all I have. But I bet you it'll be good. It always is. Necessity is the mother of invention. Maybe from now on I'll always use Swiss cheese. So we're going to start layering. I put a layer of the meat and sauce on the bottom. And I think I get like 3 layers. So when I'm looking at this, it's like, okay, I need to take 1/3 of this out. Kind of even it out on there. And then for the eggplant. So I kind of try to space them so that every bite will have eggplant, and every bite will have meat, and every bite will have the cheese and the ricotta. So these are big, so there's a space in the middle. So let me find some little ones down here. There's some little ones. I'm gonna put on the space in the middle. And on top of that goes the ricotta. So again, you figure we're gonna take 1/3 of this out, and I just dollop it right on top of each little soldier, as my husband would say, each little eggplant piece. On with my lovely Swiss cheese. Hopefully no one will notice. Those cooking shows that tell you like all these ingredients, you have to go buy them, you don't have them. I really always want to make a show that's like, what do you have in the fridge? Or what's on sale? Or what's at the farmer's market? And then make your meals around that, because that's what I do. And then I'll put some Parmesan in there. I mean, it is eggplant parm, right? I usually save this to the end and put it on top, but since I have such a dodgy cheese situation, I'm gonna do it like this. I've also laid basil leaves on here too, but I'm not in the mood for that. So onwards. Or eggplant. More ricotta cheese.
You like eggplant, don't you? You like Italian food, huh? I'm Italian, I like Mexican food.
Now for our lovely Swiss cheese. Now for the rest of the sauce. I'm just going to put a bunch of Parmesan. Glad I didn't make the rest of it too salty because the Parmesan is salty. And at this, I'm going to put a couple leaves of basil to make it look pretty. And now into a 350-degree oven for 30 to 45 minutes. So here is our beautiful, beautiful eggplant parmesan. It's all bubbly and golden on top. And you're gonna wanna let this sit out and get solidified before you eat it. I am really happy to be bringing you these recipes, and I hope they help you stay healthy and thin and young and beautiful. Thanks for watching.